Howdy everyone, welcome back to the Luna Geeks Out channel. Hopefully the audio in this unboxing is a bit better. I'm trying to speak a bit more calmly than, I normally do with that more energetic, I guess just speech in general. But today is very exciting. I took a trip to my local music store. I was there shortly before Christmas, and I was digging through the stuff, actually ended up finding Lorna Shore's And I Return to Nothingness EP, which was such a lucky find. But I took a glance at the K-pop selection, and they had Anti-Fragile by SSERAFIM. And I thought to myself, that's a good find right there. If it's still there after Christmas, I'll pick it up. And I went back today, and it was still there, so we are unboxing it today. Now, this says Iridescent Opal on the cover. I don't know if that means it's, a specific version of this, if these are all the same. I don't know that. I really don't know much on this, but I was very glad to pick it up. Now, as we go into opening this up, there is one sort of disclaimer I want to make. I am very new to this group. I guess discovered them pretty soon after they released this with the title track. A lot of folks are talking about it, so I gave it a listen and quite enjoyed it. But I only listened to this for the first time, like, last week, early this week, something like that, because I'd seen it at the local music store. And because of that, I don't know the members at all, so I'm not going to be able to say, like, oh, yeah, I got this person, they're super good. It's just going to be like, alright, and then here's this card I pulled or whatever, so I'll edit the names on screen, but I won't be able to say who's who in this video, unfortunately. But I'm very excited to see what the contents of this are. I know nothing about what is included in this, so it's going to be interesting. But let's get into it. Let's take out the trusty old M4 bayonet, and let's see, what is the best spot to go? I guess that's just some tape on it. Okay then. I thought it was a loose bit of packaging, but no. I guess it was just some tape over the little security thing. Oh, it's already open right here. I did not even need the knife. And there we have it. Opened up very easily. Ooh, this is a nice little cover material, sort of a cardboard, and then of course you've got the raised bits with sort of gold, whatever it would be. And I really like this design. It's very minimalistic, which I quite enjoy. I think it's I'd say this is actually probably the best box art I've seen for a K-pop album. It's a great usage of minimalism, and it's got aspects of that. I'm drawing a blank on the actual name of it, but that technique from Japan of like repairing things with some gold. Whatever that is, that's the appearance this gives, which I quite like, and actually ties in with sort of the some of the theming on this album as well, which is very cool. But yeah, great cover design, great cover design. Of course, you've got title, group name, track listing on the front, which you don't see all that often. So yeah, I quite like this cover. Now let's get it open. It's a pretty interesting little sort of locking mechanism here on the back. Another thing I've never really seen before. So let's get that out, and it's, I think that this is much in the same vein as Summer Holiday by Dreamcatcher, where it's sort of a box that the stuff is contained in. So I'll just, well, let me point this out real quick. On the inside, you've got title and group name again. But let's just set this aside for now and take a look at what we have here. I believe this is just some paper packaging, yes. Alright, so right off the bat, we have a group photo. Very nice, very nice. Lovely little photo there. We've got a little envelope with a member photo contained within. Yeah, just the one. Okay, it's getting away from me. Alright, we're back. There's not a name on here, so I don't know who this is, but lovely little photo, lovely little photo. Let me put that one back in the envelope. And then let's see, next up we have I guess this is the CD here, so I'll set this aside. I tend to finish with the CD, so I'll set that aside. We've got another group photo, another quite nice one. I haven't seen the music videos for these, so I don't know what, you know, if this is like stuff from the sets of them or what, but I do quite like that sort of atmosphere we're getting with these. It's not one I've really seen before in K-pop, so that's cool. I don't have too much to say on it, but I do quite like it. A sticker sheet. This, of course, is not something I'll really be using. I tend to like to keep these things as a whole when I have the sticker sheets. If I get a bonus one, I might use that, but whatever the main one that comes with album is, I like to keep that whole. But always nice to see those. It's a cool thing that gets included. We've got a story that I cannot read. Oh man, I'm curious as to what this is, but a Crimson Heart prologue, original story by Hybe, maybe HYBE. I don't know if that's like an acronym or not, but there's some actually quite nice illustrations in here. There's let me find the one. Yeah, let's take a look at this. Quite nice artwork in there, but you know, it's all in Korean, so I, for obvious reasons, can't read that, as I have not yet learned Korean, though I would love to one day. I'll have to look into if there is a translation of that out there. That would be quite nice. Here we have the poster. Very nice. Looks to be a decently sized one as well. And, oh, come on. Oh, open up, dingy. Yeah, that's a nice little poster. Don't often see ones where, you know, they're off to one side, so that's pretty cool to see. Yeah, I quite like that, and I really doubt it with this one. But I do have this poster frame still back here because I keep forgetting to move it. And yeah, this one is not the right size. I did not think it would be, but always have to check. But yeah, very nice poster there, very nice poster. And more stickers, I guess. These things, 3 of them are included. Are these stickers? I honestly don't know what these are. I think they're stickers. And the final thing in here before we move on to the CD is, of course, the photo book. So, show off the cover on that. Got that cool little logo there. I don't know if that's like a group logo or something specifically for the album, but that is very cool. So we'll take a look inside. And if there are member names in this, I might be able to figure out who I have a photo of. I've got lyrics in here, very nice. Ooh, there are member names. Okay, let's see if I can figure this one out. I'm going to need to get the photo card back out to figure this out. But hey, I'm going to be able to get this answer on my own. Won't need to turn to the internet. I might still need to turn to the internet, but I might not have to. And that is exciting. All right. Now back to the investigating. All right, I can safely say that I still do not know which member that is, so I will have to turn to the internet. Where did I put the CD? Here it is. Okay, now let's take a look at this and see what it looks like. I don't believe I showed this off, so just track listing, album title, all that again. So let's try to get this out. And okay, we've got sort of the similar design, but it's silver and gray instead. So hopefully that's showing off. But yeah, that's fairly basic, but ties in with the overall imagery and everything. So yeah, very cool stuff in this. I'm not as perhaps excited as I tend to be because I am trying to speak a bit calmer to hopefully not mess with the mic too much, and also just the simple fact that I do not know the members all that well. I'm not as familiar with this group. This is very much a purchase for the music. So, as I'm packing this up, let's start talking about that. This is quite possibly my favorite K-pop release of the year, of 2022, of course. It is now 2023 as I film this. So, yeah, favorite release of 2022 in K-pop. This was just absolutely phenomenal. This was a very good year for K-pop. We had Between 1 and 2 by Twice, which I finally got a chance to listen to, and that was fantastic. We had Girls by aespa, which I quite liked. 2 releases from Dreamcatcher, which were both phenomenal, some of my favorites from them. And, well, I haven't had the chance to listen to all of it. We did have the Blackpink comeback this year, which I've certainly been mostly pleased with what we've gotten off of that. I've had a few problems, of course, but I've personally been pleased with what I have heard so far, at least as far as the music goes. So, yeah, trying to think of other stuff. I guess we had Michael by Mamamoo, which was solid. I thought it could have been a lot longer. I think it would have benefited from 2 more tracks at least, but I thought that was solid. And, oh, there was one other release that was exciting this year. I'm drawing a blank on what it was, but this was a very good year for K-pop, at least sort of the circles I'm in with the genre. But this is on a whole nother level. Like, this is some insane stuff. So let's go track by track, and I'll talk about each one, starting off with the Hydra. It really just serves as an introduction to the mini-album, but functions really well on its own as well, and is probably one of the most interesting K-pop songs I've ever heard. It reminded me a lot of it. I don't know if y'all know this group, but the Japanese group Situation, I'm probably butchering that pronunciation. Last year, 2022, they had an EP come out called Amputation, and there was a very similar sort of musical style with that and the Hydra. So that I was reminded of that, and just really interesting. It was mixing English, Korean, and Japanese in the same song, which is very cool to see. That is, as far as I'm aware, the first song I've heard that has done that, so that was very interesting to hear. So just a fantastic starter to the album, good, great introduction, and then you move into Anti-Fragile, which, I mean, that's the one that I'm sure everyone knows. That is such a good track. It's a bit simple, a bit minimalistic, so that could be a bit off-putting for some people, but where, you know, a song that is very similar with basically the one main sort of instrumental thing happening in the song, being Ice Cream by Blackpink, fell flat. This one, I felt like it really embraced the minimalism and really did something cool with it. And I know that perhaps sounds a bit pretentious, and it certainly, your taste is subjective. I'm sure some folks think Ice Cream is a phenomenal song, and some folks won't enjoy this song all that much. I really enjoyed it. I thought the vocals were fantastic on it. Super good tune, one that gets in my head all the time. I'm constantly thinking about that track. It is a great one. Then you move on to Impurities, which I would say is one of the more straightforward tracks on this one, but I just absolutely love it, absolutely love it. The beginning of the chorus reminds me of a Devin Townsend song, and I can't think of what track it is, but there's just something with the tune and I guess the layering of everything that it feels like something Devin would do, and that makes me happy. I've talked about this a lot before on the channel. If there's something that reminds me of something I love, it's going to make me really happy. And yeah, that one little moment gives me Devin Townsend vibes, which really bumps the rest of the track up for me. And it's just a great track. There's not a lot to say on that one, but I quite enjoy it. Then we get to No Celestial. Oh, that might be my favorite. I'm going to need to listen to this a lot more to figure out where everything lays, because it's shifting around every time I listen. But it's rock vibes. That makes me so happy, right? And some really good rock as well. That's just some good stuff. Just some really good stuff. Great chorus. Another really catchy song, one that pops into my head a lot. I've past few days, the part of the chorus where it's I'm no freaking angel, I'm no freaking goddess. That's playing on my head and playing in my head on loop. That is some good stuff. So yeah, fantastic track there. And then we have track 5, Good Parts, When the Quality is Bad, but I don't know what that means. Could just be something lost in translation, could be some deeper meaning that I'm unaware of. I don't know. It's a solid track. It's the most forgettable on the album. I can't remember too much about it. I remember enjoying it, but I feel like it was the most straightforward track, and because of that, it really pales in comparison with everything else, where it's still a really good one. But it just... I'm not going to say that it's lacking something, but I think when paired up with the other stuff on here that just blew me away, when you end up with a track that is, you know, at least as far as I can remember, a bit more of just a straightforward K-pop song, it doesn't carry the same weight. And so unfortunately that one is what I would consider the worst on the album, but that does not by any means mean it is a bad song. I love it just as much as the others. It's just one that is definitely going to have to grow on me a bit before I can really pass some proper judgment on it. But the album as a whole, again, probably my favorite K-pop release of the year. I don't think it would get up into like my overall top 5. I think those would be, off the top of my head, Bad Omens album, probably We Are Magonia and Irving Force's releases, Failed Vets by Sculpture, and I'm trying to think of what else released this year, because it was a great year for music. I'm sure once I listen to it, Pain Remains will make it into the top 5. But as it is, you know, I can't think of what the fifth one could be. I'm drawing a blank of what all was released this year, but this was 2022, such a strong year for music that, like, what I would say is like perhaps my favorite K-pop release of the year might not even make it into like my top 5, even with how much I love this one, because man, it was like every time I turned around, something new came out that was just phenomenal. So yeah, I mean, this is very representative of the year, where it's just some of the best stuff I've heard in the genre in general, and I mean that applies for the year as a whole. Like there are so many things that, like, the Failed Vets by Sculpture, one of the best death metal albums I've ever heard. The Death of Peace of Mind by Bad Omens, one of the best metalcore albums I've ever heard. It's just such a strong year for music, really reflected in this album, and I cannot wait to see where SSERAFIM go from this. I cannot wait to see what the next thing they put out is. But I don't have anything more to say on the album, and of course we've finished unboxing it, so that is going to do it for the video. Whenever they release a new track, I'll be sure to react to it, because I'd love to talk about their stuff some more. But thank you all for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Links in the description too. I'll have my other unboxing videos, I'll have my other K-pop videos, my K-pop reactions if you want to check that stuff out. Yeah, Discord, Instagram, Twitter, Linktree, all that fun stuff. Yeah, that is going to do it. Once again, thank you for watching, and until next time, I'll be seeing ya.